University of Toronto Class of 2020. Let us be the first to welcome you to Convocation Hall and to your virtual Convocation ceremony. You've done it.
You've worked so hard to reach this milestone. Congratulations on your academic achievement and enjoy your special day. Now, let's get the ceremony started.
We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Huron-Wendat, the Seneca, and most recently, the Mississaugas of the Credit River. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. We're also grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our scholars who graduate today. On their behalf, let us express gratitude for the support of their family and friends, and for the faculty and staff who have guided them in their pursuit of knowledge. Whatever our own traditions, let us reflect as we proceed through the convocation ceremony on the many years of effort, sacrifice, and success that have brought us to this time of celebration. In Concilium Universitates Torontonenses vocati somus.
Insignissime Cancellaria, presento tibi hosce scholaris, ut admittantur ad gradus varios, testorque eos quod omnia quae statuta requirunt aptos et idoneos esse.
Ad perfectum huius provinciae, huiusque magnae patriae, et ad perfectum omnium nationum, omnibus et terris conjunctarum, ago executoritate mihi atoti. Universitate commissar, admitto vos e grados varios, quarum ura vobisto, et peto quoqua ut omnia, confictiatas munera qua et illos gradus pertinent. On behalf of the University of Toronto and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby admit all those candidates not here present to their degrees in absentia.
My name is Merrick Gertler, and it is my great privilege to serve the University of Toronto as its 16th president. Today, I have the additional privilege of assisting Chancellor Rose Patton in conducting this convocation. The university is an institution with deep historical roots and many enduring traditions. Among those is our use of the language of the medieval university in today's wonderful celebration. For those joining us today who, like me, are less than fluent in Latin, a translation may be helpful. For my part, I said, "Most distinguished Chancellor, I present to you these scholars that they may be admitted to the various degrees. And I bear witness that as far as all things which the statutes require, they are fit and suitable. Much more significantly, from the standpoint of the graduating class, the Chancellor then replied, "To the benefit of this province, this great country, and to the worldwide community of nations, I, by the authority vested in me and in the whole university, admit you to your various degrees, grant to you the rights, and ask of you the responsibilities of doing all those things which pertain to those degrees." And so, as my first order of business, I am delighted to salute you, the graduating classes of June 2020. That's it, you're done. Warmest congratulations. I'd like to bid a warm welcome to everyone who has joined us to witness today's ceremony. Convocation this year is unique. For the first time in our 193-year history, we are conferring all degrees in absentia, meaning conferred on those not able to be present. This change was made necessary by public health directives in the province of Ontario to help stop the spread of COVID-19 by maintaining physical distancing. You will all be invited back to the university when circumstances permit to celebrate our graduates in person. We look forward to seeing you then and to acknowledging each of our graduating students at those celebrations. But today, graduates, the University of Toronto is formally recognizing your hard work, your perseverance, your accomplishments, and this milestone. Each of you, as a member of the graduating class, is joining an extraordinary family of University of Toronto alumni. They number more than 600,000 in over 190 countries around the world. They are the university's living legacy and our greatest ambassadors. U of T alumni serve in leadership roles in every corner of the globe and in every walk of life. They are prime ministers, justices, scholars, authors, community and business leaders, and professionals of every description. Their endeavors have shaped the world we live in and the way we understand that world. We have no doubt that the University of Toronto's high international standing can be attributed to generations of dedicated and very talented faculty and staff members. But we also understand that this reputation has been built by our alumni, a group that now includes each and every one of you. So to the graduating class, let me say thank you. Thank you for your many contributions to the university while you were a student. And thank you for what you will do as members of Canada's largest and, I believe, most distinguished alumni community. One more word of thanks is in order. I'm sure all graduates share a sense of gratitude to the friends and family members who have helped bring them to this special day. So I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank all those who have supported our graduates during their time at the University of Toronto. Once again, my warmest congratulations. It is now my great privilege to introduce our convocation speaker, University Professor John Polanyi. Professor Polanyi is one of the university's, indeed the world's, most eminent scholars. Winner of the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1986, he is globally renowned for his pioneering research on molecular motions and chemical reactions in gases and at surfaces. Professor Polanyi is best known for having developed the technique of infrared chemiluminescence, based on his observation that molecules, when excited, emit infrared light. Born in Germany and educated in England, Professor Polanyi was among a group of 50 children brought from Great Britain to Canada and hosted by U of T during the Second World War. He spent 3 years at the University of Toronto schools before returning to England to continue his education in Manchester. Following postdoctoral fellowships at Princeton and the National Research Council of Canada, he returned to U of T in 1956 when he was appointed to the Department of Chemistry. Now, more than 60 years later, Professor Polanyi remains actively engaged in both his science and his wider interests in science policy, the control of armaments, and peacekeeping. Among his many accolades, he is a Fellow of the Royal Societies of Canada, of London, and of Edinburgh, and is also a Fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, the U.S. National Academy of Sciences, the Pontifical Academy of Rome, and the Russian Academy of Sciences. He is a member of the Queen's Privy Council for Canada and a companion of the Order of Canada. In addition to the Nobel Prize, his major awards include the Royal Medal of the Royal Society in London, the Wolf Prize in Chemistry, the Gerhard Hertzberg Canada Gold Medal, and over 30 honorary degrees from 6 countries. Professor Polanyi, we are delighted that you have accepted our invitation to address the graduating class of 2020.
Chancellor Patton, President Gertler, members of the U of T and friends of the U of T, and above all, our honored graduates today. Thank you, Merrick, for those kind words of welcome. Normally, Convocation Hall would be absolutely full on graduation day, but for our university's first virtual ceremony, it's empty. That emptiness is a testimonial to a shared concern for each other. Teachers and taught have agreed to isolate themselves. That's a loss, but there is also a gain. Our community is clearly capable of recognizing a looming danger and responding to it. The Enlightenment, 3 centuries ago, insisted on reason as the guide to action. That's what all scholars believe. Today, we rejoice in 15,000 new members joining our scholarly community, each a rational being on whom we pin our hopes for the future. You and your parents invested wisely in your education. They and you clearly believe in it. We're grateful to them and proud of you. There is a further cost to education. Your education demands that you commit yourselves to the cause of reason, speaking out on its behalf. Yesterday, you were students. Today, you're also teachers. Not all teachers are ones you choose. Among the least welcome is COVID-19. Its first lesson is tough. Keep away from those who could pass on the contagion. That's in our common interest. COVID's second lesson is humane. Use the power of reason to look ahead, to prevent us from falling over precipices. Precipices abound, but I'm going to focus on 3. First, the danger of an uncontrolled pandemic. Fortunately, we know enough to avoid it. When we succeed, we should congratulate ourselves on a triumph of reason. We need such triumphs. For beyond that lie 2 further precipices: climate change and nuclear war. These 3 threats are, of course, linked, since ours is a small planet. It's sobering that your generation faces such challenges, but the outlook is good. Never before has there been so much informed debate, such an abundance of statistics and graphs, so large a group of educated observers, and such a clamor for truth. Science is in the ascendant, and science brings a message of hope. within the limits of its models, the future of all three major threats are predictable. COVID, now our number one adversary, is obliging us to think about a fairer world. It is unthinkable that we find a cure only for the rich. While you were students, the dangers of climate change came into a good deal sharper focus. We've been warming the world. If we continue, we shall be responsible for global disasters of drought and flood. To counter this, we depend on social change. We have a few decades to alter our behavior. We know we can, and we must. The third threat comes from replacing horsepower with the power of the atom. You may find it hard to believe that these changes center on the year of your graduation. Is that an illusion? I assure you it's not. The destructive potential of the atomic age is transformative, and it occurred in a lifetime. When I was born, there were no nuclear weapons. There was, at my university at that time, Manchester, England, Professor Lord Rutherford, discoverer of the atomic nucleus. He proclaimed loudly, a lord he was convinced should be loud, that anyone who spoke of harnessing the power of the atom was, as he put it, talking moonshine. As an undergraduate in Manchester, I edited a newspaper that warned, I hope loudly, of the dangers of a nuclear-armed world. Then, in 1949, the year I graduated, the number of nuclear-armed powers increased from 1 to 2. The Soviet Union had its A-bomb. Today, alarmingly, there are 9 nuclear powers and 14,000 nuclear weapons. Each weapon can destroy a medium-sized city. So there are more weapons than targets. Nonetheless, vast sums are being spent on making weapons more versatile and accurate. Why? Why is the restraint we see in regard to the other two threats not evident here? Perhaps because the reality is so fearsome. It's true that we have survived 75 years of the atomic age with only one dreadful recourse to nuclear weapons. But should that persuade anyone that a nuclear standoff can endure for the rest of time? If you believe that, you're in a minority. Not one of the possessors of nuclear weapons agrees with you. They're all pursuing higher levels of nuclear readiness. None regard the present situation as stable. All are arming, none disarming. But there is a path forward. We only need the courage to take it. 3 years ago, 122 nations at the UN sponsored a new international agreement, the Nuclear Weapons Prohibition Treaty, which, when law, will make the possession of nuclear weapons illegal. Within a few years, I believe, this ban will become law. Of course, it will face opposition from the existing nuclear powers. Among those opposed to the prohibition will be Canada. However, you can change that. The basis for a nuclear ban already exists. Slaughtering non-combatants is agreed by international treaty to be illegal if done by chemical weapons, if done by biological weapons, by mines, or by cluster bombs. Missing from this list are only nuclear weapons. Some may argue that international agreements make no difference. But if so, why are the nuclear weapons states so adamant in their opposition to the ban? Perhaps, like you, they have studied history. They remember how the ban on slavery in the 19th century went from a subject of mockery to an unstoppable moral force. At that time, 2 centuries ago, new thinking had to be spread by petitions carried on horseback. However, such was the support for abolition of slavery, it was necessary for the US Congress to pass a gag law to stem the flood of petitions favoring abolition. There was also opposition to abolition that very nearly broke the United States apart in their terrible Civil War. But slavery was abolished. For, as Shakespeare put it, there is a tide in the affairs of men that cannot be denied. Though our meeting today is only virtual, your voices will be heard in coming years and will be vital as we negotiate the shoals that lie ahead. We look forward to hearing from you. Every good wish to you, graduates of the year 2020.
Thank you so much, Professor Polanyi, for your thoughtful and inspiring words to our graduates. As we conclude our virtual convocation ceremony, I wish to thank all of you for joining us and to offer a final heartfelt congratulations to each member of the graduating class. I'd also like to thank Chancellor Rose Patton for presiding over today's ceremony, as well as Ms. Claire Kennedy, Chair of the University's Governing Council, for joining us as a member of the Chancellor's procession. I now invite the Chancellor to bring today's ceremony to a close.
Each year, when our students graduate, the University of Toronto community is united in celebrating. The class of 2020 has given us all a very special reason to hope. In meeting the historic challenges of the past few months, you have demonstrated exemplary courage, persistence, and generosity. These are the qualities of fine leadership that we need in our society now more than ever. We are so proud to count you among the global community of alumni of the University of Toronto. And as I bring this convocation to a close, I hope we will see you often in the years to come. And I invite you all to stay connected. We will be very interested in your journey, and we know you will make an impact for the better in whatever path you choose. Concilium dismissum est.
You've done it, class of 2020. Congratulations from the Faculty of Applied Science and Engineering.
The John H. Daniels Faculty of Architecture, Landscape and Design celebrates the class of 2020. Congratulations.
Congratulations on your outstanding achievements from the Faculty of Arts and Science.
Innis College sends congratulations and best wishes to U of T's class of 2020.
So this summer might not have turned out the way we all expected, but that doesn't take away from the fact that you did it, class of 2020. Congratulations from New College.
Congratulations to the class of 2020 from St. Michael's College.
Trinity College wishes the class of 2020 much success in the future. Congratulations, grads.
You did it, class of 2020. Sending congratulations from University College.
Here's to U of T's class of 2020. Congratulations from Victoria College.
Woodsworth College sends congratulations and best wishes to the class of 2020.
Congratulations on your outstanding achievement from the Faculty of Dentistry.
Cheers to you and your amazing accomplishments. Congratulations from the Munk School of Global Affairs and Public Policy.
On behalf of the School of Graduate Studies, congratulations and best wishes to the graduates of 2020.
The Faculty of Information celebrates your amazing achievements today, U of T grads. Congratulations.
The Faculty of Kinesiology and Physical Education sends congratulations and best wishes to U of T's grads of 2020.
Congratulations to the class of 2020 from the Faculty of Law.
The Rotman School of Management celebrates the outstanding achievements of the class of 2020. Congratulations.
Here's to U of T's class of 2020. Congratulations from the Faculty of Medicine.
Congratulations to the class of 2020 from the Faculty of Music.
The Lawrence S. Bloomberg Faculty of Nursing celebrates the class of 2020. Congratulations.
Ontario Institute for Studies and Education congratulates you on your amazing achievement today. Congratulations, 2020 graduates.
This is your day, U of T grads. Congratulations from the Leslie Dunn Faculty of Pharmacy.
Cheers to the University of Toronto's graduating class of 2020. Congratulations from the Dalla Lana School of Public Health.
Hey everyone, congratulations to the University of Toronto class of 2020 from the Factor-Inwentash Faculty of Social Work.
The University of Toronto Mississauga celebrates the class of 2020. Congratulations.
This is your day, U of T 2020 graduates, sending you much love and congratulations from the University of Toronto, Scarborough.